got a secret underneath. Yeah, she's this naughty little freak. She likes to put on a show. She likes when it takes control.
Kenny is the model of consistency, and then you can always count on him each and every Sunday.
He's hit and he's sacked. Kenny Clark erases the quarterback.
Out of his hands, recovered by Green Bay. Kenny Clark did it all.
He's just a pro's pro. He loves football. To play as long as he has at the level that he has, you got to love it. He certainly loves football.
That's just me since I was a kid. You know, I just love football. It's a game that did so much for me and my family. It'd be a shame for me to cheat it, you know what I'm saying? So I just love this game. I love being around my teammates. You know, love everything about the Packers, the organization. And I'm going to keep focusing on helping this team get to a Super Bowl.
He's all about winning, and he is the exact example of the kind of guys we want in that locker room.
Over his 8 seasons, Kenny Clark has recorded 34 sacks to rank 9th on Green Bay's all-time list. Last year, Clark joined Henry Jordan as the only Packer D tackles to earn 3+ Pro Bowls. The other man on the Packers' career sacks leaderboard is Preston Smith, who just rocketed into 6th place and is flying into year 10.
Trenches on 3, 1, 2, 3. He's hit by Preston Smith and taken down.
Preston, a lot like Kenny, just really represents, so many things that we value. I mean, I think in 155 games, he's missed 1. His attitude that he brings to practice each and every day, the leadership he shows to our players, and then the guy can still really play.
Now he's hitting sack. It is Preston Smith with a huge play.
Since we picked him up in that 2019 free agency class, I mean, he's just been there every day. You know what I mean? And he's still very much hard to handle for those tackles. So he's a major part of our football team.
Scrambles left. Now he's hit and thrown down again. Preston Smith.
A little bit more about how we operate and play. And he, first day of camp, stepped in front of the defense and told us that he's going to be more of an involved coach, more energized, going to bring the juice every day. And I've felt it, I've seen it myself. And again, as I said earlier, Coach Hafley's done a fantastic job just implementing this defense, getting to know the guys, and really just implementing himself in this building. And I think he's a guy we all trust and look up to, and I'm excited to see what we can do.
Just this whole group, obviously Kingsley being back in this thing now too. What do you think about just what you guys at edge rushing have, and just what you've developed here?
We just harped on depth and having guys to rotate in and out, and everybody, having the ability to go out and affect the game and be an impact player. And as you said, whether it's Preston or RG or myself or JJ, and there's a whole list of guys that can rotate and play any position. And I think it's just, again, a testament to the depth and the ability we have to go out and succeed, and it's going to pay off during the season, because that season can get long, as you guys know. Knock on wood, hopefully no one ever goes down, but in a position someone's got to step up and fill a role. We're ready for that, and it's exciting to see that we have a group of guys that's motivated, talented, and I'm excited to see what we can do.
I know it's a new scheme, but how do you feel in year 2 compared to year 1 as a rookie?
It's just coming into the building, having a year under your belt. Again, I heard this, I think Bullard used it, comfortable is not a good word to use, just because, again, you're fighting for your job. You never want to be comfortable, because it's always, you're growing and you're trying to get to the next position. But year 2 jump, as everybody knows, it's a big year for me, and I'm excited. I know the goals I have set for myself, and I'm excited to go out there and prove it. But just having a little bit more confidence in myself, being able to come into the building, know the coaches, know the players, be in this building is, again, comfortable. Probably not the best word to use, but the comfortableness of being in the building, and I'm excited. Feels good.
What did that finish do for you, though, Lucas, when you go into the offseason finishing it the way you did?
Talking about the end of the season last year, we have a young team. I think that's something, losing in that game to San Fran is something we still bring up. That was a heartbreaker for us. We knew that we could have made it all the way last year, and at the end of this year, that's our goal. And I think we use it as a daily reminder to push ourselves, and why are we here? Why are we doing this? Why are we in camp right now for the next 2 weeks, putting in these long 13, 14-hour days, staying in the hotel, and at the end of the day, it's to win that Super Bowl. And I think it's just a motivating factor, and it pushes this young team to go out and give it your all every day.
And individually, just what you did as well, does that kind of help you in terms of knowing you're making the right strides?
Sorry?
Individually, what you did that last month of the season, what does that do for you as well, with the production that you had?
Yeah.
Getting ready for year 2.
Yeah, exactly. I just think it's a whole different system this year, especially with the new defense. But I began to, as I got my hand on the ground, slow the game down a little bit near the end of the season. And it's a good feeling going in this year that I feel prepared and I'm ready to go. And I know what to expect this year.
I imagine you feel pretty good having your hand on the ground now. Does it just kind of feel like home for you?
Yeah, I love it. Love having my hand on the dirt. And that's football at the end of the day. That's what it means to be a D lineman.
Lucas said he kind of caught you guys by surprise. You had been told it was going to pass quick, and it did not pass.
Yeah, I was looking at the weather all morning. It just said cloudy. It was supposed to rain like 7 this morning, but we wasn't supposed to have rain at practice, but it was different.
Fun?
Yeah, it's always fun to be in the rain, but get a little advantage to the defense sometimes.
What are you hoping to work on this training camp and as you go into year 2 and hopefully take that next leap?
Really just, getting the players all the way down, learning the plays, like the back of my hand, so I can go out fast, learn every spot, so I can be able to, play every spot on the field, and doing it fast, so I know I can, get open when I want to.
What's your favorite spot to play on the field?
Anywhere, but mostly outside. I like going against the corners. It's mainly one-on-one. You outside on the island, so.
Is it different not having Jordan throw you the ball?
I mean, it's what come with it. And we support J Love, but. We gotta do what we gotta do. It don't matter because, anything can happen.
What's the difference for you 365 days ago? Like when you came in, your head was probably spinning coming into camp. How much more comfortable are you now?
Yeah, I'm more comfortable because of the plays, really. I know what I was coming into. And, I already had an idea of what the plays was gonna be, and all the script, how the script was going to be, and how hard practice was going to be. So, that's the difference.
Why do you think you can make an even bigger jump going into year 2?
You get better every day. That's the goal. So, last year going to be different than this year, because you want to get better and progress. So.
Do you feel like those struggles that you guys went through early on in last year will pay off as you step into week 1 this year?
I can say that keep working towards we working to. It'll show for itself.
What's the benefit to practicing in rain like that? Is there a benefit?
Yeah, it's an advantage because in Green Bay, that's the type of weather we get, when it comes to in the season. Like even middle season. So, it's an advantage for us working through it now. So we know what we're going to be going through when that time comes.
Have you ever been that wet in a practice?
Yeah, last year it rained a lot. And OTAs it rained a lot. So, I've been through it, and it's fun.
John Tavy, as you think about yourself, how much of your success is self-motivation? Just whether it's working out in the off-season or the gains you've made as a football player at this level?
I mean, a lot of it. I work for what I work for, and I have goals, that I want to get to. So, just keeping that inner motivation and motivating myself, every day, go out and be my best. That's what do it.
What is the number one goal?
To win. Win as a team. Be my best for the team, so that we can be our best.
That's impressed you?
I've seen a lot from him. Real poised, goes out there and does the right thing, continues to just try to just get better. He asks a lot of questions. He's obviously really smart as a player. So it's been fun to just be out there with him. And really all the guys, man. Like I said before, I feel like, this is one of the best groups that I played with since I've been in the league. And just being out here with these guys is really telling for me, and it's been fun to be out there with them.
You ran with Javon yesterday. You had Evan for most of today. What's that? I don't know if it's a challenge or not, when you have a different guy alongside you, kind of every series or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's not too much of a challenge. I feel like I got good relationships with all the guys, so no matter who's out there, we got a pretty good connection. So it's easy to communicate and easy to just play and not have any really hiccups. So, but that's what we pride our room on, the safety room on, is just making sure that everybody's ready to go, no matter who goes down. Just making sure somebody's always ready to step up. So, like I said, those guys have done a great job of coming in and being ready, no matter what side of the field they're on, and no matter who they're in with, just being locked in and keyed in.
What have you thought of Evan?
He's been great. He's been great. Obviously, he made some plays today. He had a pick today, but he's a good player. He's a great player, man. He's gonna be really good. He's made a lot of plays since we've been doing this. Even at OTAs, he made a lot of plays. He's smart. He's instinctual. So he's a good guy.
I know you've been in the league for 100 years, but have you ever started alongside a rookie?
I have not. No.
Okay.
No. But like I said, it won't be no difference. My role and my job is to make sure that the rookies are prepared and make sure that no matter what rookie it is, making sure they know exactly what to do and how to do it, and also doing it at a high level. So they've done a great job of doing that. Obviously, I'm helping them along the way with any little bumps or something, any questions that they might have, and it's been pretty smooth throughout.
To follow on that, they're changing, but you're the constant back there.
Mm-hmm.
How much conscious effort are you putting into leading this defense, knowing why you were signed here and how it's gone so far?
Yeah, well, I think I'm helping alongside lead. Obviously, these guys had leaders before I got here. So I'm just bringing in my other skill set of adding into that leadership. So it's been fun just going out there with the guys, RG, Casey, like all these guys are leaders. They've been leaders before I got here. I'm just here to add on. But obviously in my room, we're younger. So that's a big emphasis for me, just making sure that I lead them the right way, lead by example, try to do the right things to try to make sure that, they're watching how it should be done and making sure that they go out and they are able to do the same thing.
I know you guys aren't in paths yet, but Rashawn had a stretch where I think he had 3 sacks in 4 plays. What you ever see that?
Man, hey, I was talking to, I think Keyshawn about it today. I said, man, our D line is crazy, and we have a lot of depth too. You can't, not only just from the first group, but even the second group, the third group. You can see these guys are attacking the ball. They're getting after it, and they're making our jobs a lot easier. So it's always fun when you got a great D line in front of you. Obviously, you're able to do different things and work around them, and they lead the way. Obviously, they control the paint for us, and they make our jobs a lot easier. So it's been fun.
Everyone seems to really like Hafley's system and all that. What do you think sells it to a group of guys, a locker room that's been used to other things and learning something new? Is it the guy and the message and the energy he delivers it with, or is it the playbook he brings? What sells it?
It's a little bit of both. Obviously, the message is super important, and he does a great job with the message. His energy level is always very high. He's very confident in us to go out there and be able to execute. Obviously, he's aggressive with his play calling. This has been fun, man. He's very transparent with us, so we're able to talk to him about anything. And if we feel like we might need to switch something up, we can always talk to him, and we're able to kind of have that open communication. So it's always fun when you get a coach that is willing to have open communication with you and not be stuck in the ways of calling it how he wants to call it, but also listening to his players and kind of going from there. So it's been good.
It's one thing for DBs. He's a guy that's focused on the back end. It's easy for a DB to buy in. I talked to a lot of the guys up front who are just as bought in. What's it take to have a message that's not just what from the back end forward, but that everyone's really loving? What's it take to do that?
Exactly what he's doing. You asking for half?
Yeah. What's it take to have everyone love it? Like, it's one thing for a DB's coach to be a coordinator and the DBs love it, but for everyone to love it, it's got to be special.
I think it's pretty simple and not that hard when you got a locker room full of guys that all are chasing one goal. We all understand what we want to do and what we want to get accomplished and where we want to go. So it makes it, pretty easy, for everything else to kind of follow along. And obviously with the coaches, obviously we all on the same page. So it's been fun, man. Just knowing that it's easy to, be able to get a message across and get everybody to follow along because we all know what we want to accomplish.
Are you okay the entire training camp kind of having the changing of pieces, or is there a certain point you want it to be pretty set who's going to be with you to get that chemistry?
Nah, changing pieces is perfect because in the season you never know. It could be one guy this week, it could be another guy the next week. So I think that's a big thing just that I've noticed, playing 4 years in this league is adversity. Obviously, throughout the season, it's never going to be a perfect season. A lot of times you're never going to have the same 11 playing every single snap. It never really happens like that. So being able to have different guys in there, having communication between different guys is always important because you never know. It could happen in the season, and you always want to be prepared. So I think it's good that we're doing it now.
Josh has talked about.
We're going to always defer to you if you decide, I need to go down on this, be down safety on this one. Do you want there to be a time when they can feel like, oh, wait, no, I should be going down. They can talk to you.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think for me, that's another big thing for me is just making sure that we all have obviously, I'm the leader in the room, but I still want to make sure that the guys feel like they can, come to me and whatever they feel like they're comfortable with doing, then we could do it like that. So because I feel comfortable playing any role on the defense, so it doesn't matter if I'm down, doesn't matter if I'm high. I want to be able to make sure the guy next to me is comfortable doing what he's doing. So yeah.
Josh has talked about coming here from a team that, for lack of a better word, wasn't always in playoff contention. You played playoff football, but this team is pretty consistently in that picture. Just being here for the time that you have, what's a realistic expectation for how far this team can? I know everybody thinks they can win a Super Bowl at this point in the year, but do you think there's actually a chance you guys could contend for that?
For sure. I think we have a very special team. I think we got a lot of young players, but we got a lot of guys that know what it takes to get to that level and to win at a high level. So, I think we could do a lot of special things. Now, we still have to come in here every day and make sure that we're improving, making sure that we're on our P's and Q's every day. And if we do that, then, the rest will take care of itself.
Is that the rainiest practice you've ever done?
No. I had one in New York, camp practice that was like that, but worse, and it was way colder. So.
Hey everybody, it's three guys with three things from Nitschke Field, where there was rumor of rain in the forecast. You might say we are on the edge of wetness, but just the edge. And Mike, do you have a thing?
Other than the edge of wetness, I do, Larry. I'm going to follow up on what you mentioned yesterday with Javon Bullard working alongside Xavier McKinney with the number one defense at safety. Today, that switched up, and it was Evan Williams, the fourth-round rookie, working with Xavier McKinney. And then also, we saw Anthony Johnson Jr. working with the second-team defense, and he got an interception of Sean Clifford. So consider the safety competition off and running.
Fluid as well.
Absolutely.
Russ, what do you got?
Larry, one guy that was not impacted by the rain at all, Rashawn Gary, still came to practice today. The offense just got done doing push-ups on the field, and Gary was a big reason for that. I mean, he was an absolute game wrecker off both sides. It seems like every time we do three things, every spring, every summer, it's always a Rashawn Gary day, sometime in the first couple. Today was one of those days.
Guys, you know who practices with a purpose, like a real pro, and it's obviously part of his standard operating procedure, but he's new to us, Josh Jacobs. First time I've got to watch him at practice. He practices with a purpose. Excellent practice purposes. You can see why he's been successful in the league. And then also one other point. Jason Rebrovich is preaching takeoff. Everything they do involves takeoff. I'll tell you what, his troops are listening. That front four is coming and coming strong. They're bringing it, and it's impressive to watch. And that is three guys with three things from the edge of wetness.